A 28-byte packet can knock out DNS for an entire Kubernetes cluster. 3 more parsing traps ahead. Now to SurrealDB, where 5 separate flaws chain from low privilege access all the way to root. The headline bug is a second-order query injection, rated critical. An authenticated owner or editor plants malicious SurrealQL inside a table or field name during export. When a higher privileged user re-imports that backup, the code runs and takes over the database. Coordinated apps that let users define custom tables are exposed even when query parameters are sanitized. Hunt your database audit logs for table or field names that contain SurrealQL syntax or special characters. Backup import events run by admin accounts are the moment escalation fires. Inventory every SurrealDB instance and upgrade to 2.2.2, 2.1.5 or 2.0.5 today. Set table permissions to none. Disable scripting unless you need it, and keep the RPC and HTTP API off untrusted networks. Let's start with CoreDNS, the default resolver in nearly every Kubernetes distribution. A single crafted 28-byte packet can crash it. The proxy protocol plugin hits a nil pointer panic when it gets a version 2 header over non-UDP transport, and the process dies before it can recover. When CoreDNS goes down, service discovery across the whole cluster goes with it. 1 datagram, cluster-wide DNS outage. In your cluster monitoring, watch for repeated CoreDNS pod restarts or panic crashes. Tied to inbound traffic on the proxy protocol listener. Sudden DNS resolution failures cluster-wide are your signal. Apply the July security update to move CoreDNS to version 1.14.4. If you don't use proxy protocol, strip the proxy protocol plugin from your query file now. Staying with file transfer, ProFTPDs, SFTP module has a heap overflow reachable by any authenticated user. The parser reads a packet length of 0, then a body over 544 bytes. That underflows to roughly 4 gigabytes, truncates to a tiny allocation, and overflows it with attacker-controlled bytes. The proven impact is a reliable session crash, but heap metadata corruption leaves worse on the table for internet-facing servers. In your ProFTPD logs, watch for repeated per connection, child process crashes right after login. Clustered session terminations from one account are the exploitation signal. Patch ProFTPD and mod SFTP2 to version 1.3.10. Restrict SFTP to trusted accounts, and rate limit or geofence any exposed endpoint. Last one is a parser mismatch in fast-uri. A node, JS URL library. It doesn't treat a literal backslash as an authority delimiter, but node's native parser used by fetch and undishi does. So the two parsers pull different host names out of the same string. That lets an attacker slip past any allow list or server-side request forgery filter built on fast-uri and reach cloud metadata endpoints, loopback, or internal hosts. There's no workaround here. In your application and proxy logs, flag inbound URL parameters containing a backslash before an @ sign or host name. Then watch for outbound requests to metadata, IPs or loopback. Upgrade fast-uri to 4.1.1, 3.1.4 or 2.4.3 today. Audit any code that passes a URL once for policy and again for the outbound request. 4 patches, 4 parser or protocol edge cases. Queue them tonight and we'll catch the next wave tomorrow.